I know you guys looked at the title and are fuming, but guys, I'ma say it. I think Tsunderes are mid. Guys, wait, hold up. Before you dislike the video and leave an angry comment, please hear me out. I don't think Tsunderes are exactly mid, but before we get deeper into this topic, I'll explain what a tsundere is to someone who may not know. First, the word tsundere comes from the Japanese word sunsun, which means irritable and grumpy. Sunsun combines with the word dere, which means lovey-dovey. With your daily Japanese lesson out of the way, Tsunderes in anime are the characters who typically start off with a very harsh exterior and even an abusive personality. They act like this sometimes in order to conceal their true feelings for their love interests. Or, they're just a bitch.
My name's not bitch!
But they gradually reveal their friendlier and softer side as the anime progresses. By the way, did you know there are actually so many tsundere variants? According to the dere types wiki, linked down in the description by the way, tsunderes come in many different forms. We got the Bokuko, the Dere-sun, and even the Sun-sun. I'll explain these variants later in the video, but we first gotta talk about some tsundere characters. I bet most of you can think of at least 3 tsunderes from the top of your head. Well, let's see if you're right. We have to start with the mascot tsunderes, Taiga Asuka from Toradora. She fits the definition of tsundere to a T. She starts the show with a very rude personality and physically abuses her boy Ryuji. But by the end, we see that she realizes her feelings towards Ryuji and eventually they get together, but she still physically abuses him.
Now what?
Nino Nakano from the Quintessential Quintuplets is another popular tsundere that has gained traction in recent times. Just like Taiga, she is very rude towards our boy Futaro and even fucking drugs the guy. You see where I'm getting at, right? But she does eventually warm up to him and even confesses her feelings to him. Rin Tosaka from the Face series is another very popular tsundere and is one that I actually like. It's not because of her thighs, okay? Okay, never mind, you got me. I never watched a single episode of Fate. But some other tsunderes I'll quickly list off are Asuka from Neon Genesis Evangelion, Kaguya from Love is War, Chitoge from Nisekoi, Haruhi from the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, Misaki from Maid-sama, and Misaka from Toaru. If I didn't mention your favorite tsundere, I'm sorry. There's too many of them to mention, so comment down below some of your favorite tsunderes. And for the record, male creatures can be tsunderes too. Some popular examples are Shirogane from Love is War, Eren from Attack on Titan, Lloyd Forger from Spy Family, Hachiman from Oregairu, Kyo from Fruits Basket, and Squidward Tentacles from SpongeBob SquarePants. Like guys, tell me he doesn't exhibit tsundere energy. Now you're probably thinking, hey so Delamo, why do you think tsunderes are mid? Well, I'll keep it brief. I just simply don't care for these characters since this archetype has been kinda done to death. I feel like it used to be more of a rare thing and now it's so widespread that there's literally terms such as classic and modern tsundere to distinguish the generational differences between the two. My bad if this sounds like I'm being a contrarian and gatekeeping tsunderes, but I just personally seen it too much. By the way, I went to Anime Expo this year and I swear I saw some dude who wanted to get stepped on by someone cosplaying as a tsundere character. By all means, more power to this dude, but it shows the more mainstream appeal tsunderes have nowadays. Okay, enough with the tsundere tangent. After thinking about whether my opinions on tsunderes are valid or not, I went on a journey of self-discovery to find out if tsunderes are truly mid or not. I decided to first look into the history of tsunderes. After consulting various wikis, I found out about the original tsundere. According to Koichi Ichikawa, who is one of the organizers of Comic-Con, a doujin convention by the way, he described Lum from Urusei Yatsura as being the first tsundere. After taking a quick look at the anime and the remake, I can see her being the first tsundere. The Urusei Yatsura manga came out in 1978, yeah that long ago. I can't really find anything older that could be considered the first tsundere, so we'll go Lum unless someone else knows anything older. Hey, editing Galamo here, and actually I found a Reddit post that may actually discover who is really the true first tsundere. So according to this Reddit post, apparently in the Tale of Genji, which is a really old classic piece of Japanese literature in the 11th century, the first tsundere was apparently the character Aoi no Ue. If you guys are familiar with the story, please let me know if this is true or not, but I just want to let you guys know. After Lum, the next popular tsundere is everyone's favorite Eva girl, Asuka. Asuka is definitely the person most would think of having the most influence on tsunderes in general. Neon Genesis Evangelion came out in 1995 and ever since, Asuka has always left a mark in the minds of many people with her confident and enthusiastic attitude. With her debut, she marks the start of what some may call the classic tsundere. The classic tsundere is basically what a tsundere normally is like, mean and harsh at the beginning, but with character development becomes more open and nice. Simple, right? Well, over time as tsunderes got more popular, they also became more cliched. This led to what people call the modern tsundere. See, the modern tsundere is basically an oversimplification of the tsundere archetype. Characters who just alternate between their mean and nice side without any character development would be a prime example. Okay guys, remember when I mentioned that there were tsundere variants? As the number of tsunderes increased, it made it possible to classify different types of tsunderes with each other. This is a level deeper than identifying a classic or modern tsundere. So one of the variants we have is the dere tsun, which is a tsundere whose dere side is what they start out with and their tsun side comes out later. So essentially a reverse tsundere. By the way, I'll be showing some characters on screen that could fit into these variants. Another variant is the ku tsundere, which is basically a combination of the ku dere and a tsundere. An extreme variant is the tsundere. Basically this is an extreme form of tsundere where they are just a bitch all the time, but they may have a dere side deep within them. And my favorite variant, the tsun. Honestly, it's my favorite because I just like saying tsun. Characters who are always grumpy fit into this variant, and they're even grumpy towards their love interest. This is just a toned down version of the Tsundere, to be honest. I could keep going on with more tsundere variants, but I'm gonna just leave a link in the description if you want to know more about the variants. Lastly, during my research, I discovered the influence tsunderes had in real life. The concept of tsunderes was getting popular in Japan around the early 2000s, and a maid cafe named Nagumi in Akihabara started having tsundere events in 2006. I don't exactly know what went on in these cafes since the article is in Japanese, but the shitty Google translation says that the maids basically did tsundere roleplay, which is a common theme in maid cafes now. They did this to the customers and said popular tsundere catchphrases such as, "It's not like I like you or anything, baka." Guys, why did I say all that? But there were even tsundere themed products released like Tomiko's portable TV set. This TV literally guides you through its controls with a harsh voice and gradually gets nicer the more you use it. Tried to find a listing online, but there were none. If someone finds it, you gotta sell it to tsundere fans for at least $1 million bucks. Ooh, after my journey of self-discovery, I think I have the answer now. After looking at the history of tsunderes, the variants, and their influence, I have come to a decision. Tsunderes aren't mid. Tsunderes are peak. Peak because they're hot.